So, Aphria. Aphria. It's got me choked up. Afria's board of directors rejects Green Growth's brand's hostile takeover bid as significantly undervalued and inadequate. So this is the big news. What do you think about this news? Nobody likes the red, right? But what goes up must come down, right? It's true. Some big news right here. Some big news. Round and round we go. I was trying to tell people, don't panic. You know? Nothing good comes out of panicking. Some big news on a red date. It's true. The biggest advice I give everybody is don't panic. So this news is coming out, and we're red, right? Obviously, we're red. When you had a whole month, your boy was gone for a whole month, and the whole month I was gone, it was green. I mean, and your boy comes back, sells at the top, and what happens, everything goes down. So it's like, I mean, I can't tell you guys what to do, right? But when you see something go up for 1 month straight, what do you think is the next natural thing that's going to happen in the marketplace? The shorters are going to get a hold of it at some point. The shorters do exist. They want to be heard. And they're being heard today. Look at this. Red. Everywhere. Red. So everybody's bleeding today. Okay? Everything is red. Chronos Group is down 7%. Aurora is down 2.9%. Canopy Growth is down 4.8%. Aphria, which I'm going to talk about their news today, is down 7%. The Green Organic Dutchman down 6% under the IPO price. And you guys know what I feel about the Green Organic Dutchman. Every time it goes below that IPO price, I'm thinking bye. Namaste Technologies, with all of the issues they've been dealing with, now apparently Sean is suing back the company. The company is suing Sean. Sean is suing the company. I really believe in the company. I hope the company can get through this. We'll continue to break the news and let you guys know what's happening with the company. I believe that they are positioned to be a powerhouse. So obviously, they just have to do some restructuring, and I wish Sean and everybody within the company the best. HEXO at $7.09, down 4%. Is this a buying opportunity? Tilray underneath that $80 mark, again at $78. It is a war in the markets, people. Down 5.5%. Organigram, which has been on fire, at $7.17, down 5%. And Supreme Cannabis Company, down 1.84%. So all we see is red, okay? If we look at gainers, is there any gainers? Okay, CNNX is up 8.33%, and Ianthus. In fact, did I not predict this? It's funny. There's only a few stocks that are up today, and I'm pretty sure I predicted this. Let's take a look. Let's see. Pretty sure there's a Rich TV Live video somewhere with like 300 views where I predicted that this would go up today, and I talked about it. It's true. It's true. I am watching the show, people. I am watching the stock show. Do you have your popcorn ready? The question is, do you have your popcorn ready? Are you learning the trends here?
You know what it is?
Get it ready. Get your popcorn ready. Because there's a trend starting to be identified in the marketplace. There's a trend. Let's just search that. Rich TV Live, MPX, IAN. Oh yeah, I predicted all of this. Look at this. All these videos from months ago. I predicted all of this. Look at this. All of this was predicted by your boy. And then, I did a video yesterday. It doesn't even show up yet. It's got 300 views, right? Nobody wants to watch the video. So I'll take a look at that video. Let's scroll down here. Right here. Oh, here it is. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. I did this last night. Nobody wanted to watch it.
I see this news.
I'll play it for you now.
And I'm like, what? I said, pardon? It's done? Oh, it's done. Anytime you see the word billion,
who said this? I mean, I don't. I'm just trying to be honest with you guys, man. Like,
every time I see that word billion,
I don't know, man.
we saw that word with
Who else is predicting these things? I don't know, man. I don't know. Tell me, man. Show me.
That
Show me.
billion-dollar word dropped with Cannabis Growth Corp blown up. Now they're dropping the billion-dollar word with Ianthus. Yo.
I'll stop it. I'll stop it. I'll stop it. So, yeah. So, obviously that was predicted, right? So, yeah, it's just what we do, man. So we just predict these winners first, right? Before they go up. When everything else is red, funny. It's funny that, we're able to predict the winner out of all the sea of red. And the funny part is the video gets no views. That's the part that I find really interesting. That's the part I find really interesting. Hey guys, if you like these videos, please smash the like button. Comment down below. Share the video everywhere. Remember, I don't want your money, eh? I want your eyes and ears on the prize, man. We're going to start creating some membership groups for active members that want to generate more revenue, but we're going to give you opportunities to make more revenue. So at the end of the day, we're here to build equity for you, man. I want to help you guys build equity for yourselves. And this is just like a monster, and I predicted it for you guys. Look, I've marked it, guys. All of this has been marked. All these videos have been done long in advance. It's not like any of this is new. I mean, I've been bringing these hits and these picks for 2 years now, right? So, we just got to keep dropping those hits and those picks, and those hits and those picks just keep coming. They just keep coming. And Ianthus up 6.45%. I really don't know what to say other than this is a monster. And if it's up 6.45% on a day when everything else is down, you're doing something right. So the question is, what else could be up? And, look, here's another one that we've been talking about. Virtual Armor at 31 cents, up 8.77%. So We will continue to find winners in a sea of red, but I want you to learn that the sea of red is a buying opportunity. So if you're looking at companies like Xena and it's down 5% today, this might be a time to consider looking at this stock because it's the lowest it's been in quite some time. It's the lowest it's been in quite some time. And we've seen it much higher, 674, and it's currently at 402. And it's made some big runs to 612. So even if it makes a run from $4 to $6, that's a 50% move. And based on its chart and its history here and its trading history over the last 3 months, the lowest it's been is $4. So let me know if I'm incorrect, but are we finding a bottom here on Xena? I would love to know your opinion on Xena. Are we finding a bottom on Xena? So I wanted to talk about this news. So Aphria has rejected the hostile bid by Green Growth Brands Inc., GGB in Canada, GGBXF in America, to acquire all of the outstanding common shares of the company, including any common shares that may become issued and outstanding after January 22nd, 2019, but prior to the expiry of the hostile bid upon the exercise, conversion, or exchange of options, warrants, debentures, or other securities of the company exercisable or convertible into common shares, other than common shares owned by GGB or its affiliates in exchange for 1.5714 shares of GGB, otherwise known as the hostile bid. This is the news that is really trending. You see, my idea here, Rich TV Live, I want to just bring you guys the news that matters, okay? This is the biggest news because it's involving the biggest company, Aphria. And Aphria is a monster. It's always been one of the biggest companies. It's a global powerhouse. It's had a lot of issues, but obviously it's been flexing its muscle lately and currently trading at $13. It has been a beast historically. It has done very well. It has traded over $20 multiple times. So I still believe that this company has an amazing future. Now, obviously, clearly, it caused some issues here, and it went all the way down to like $5. That was the 476. That was the lowing. That was the low, and that was the buying opportunity. But now we're at $13, so we're kind of in the middle between the low, and the high. So it's very difficult to start trading at this level. This is the level where it becomes very difficult to trade. I like to buy at the bottom of the chart, not at the top of the chart and not at the middle of the chart, because when you buy at the middle of the chart, it's kind of like gambling. You don't really know where it's going to go. Will it continue to go down? It's one red day in a row. Will it go down for 5 red days in a row? Will it go down for 10 red days in a row? We've seen this before, okay, many times. So I really want to, help you guys with my experience because I've seen it, right? Like look at this chart. Up, like massive up, down, all the way down. Up, down, up, massive up, all the way down again. Lower than it was before for the first time in like a year. The lowest has been in a year, right? And now it's climbing back up. So what's it going to do? Is it going to keep going up? Is it going to stop here and come back down? This is the $1 million question, right? Yeah, you know what? I know a lot of people didn't pull the trigger on ACB, and I'm not suggesting you guys should. I just sold because I saw that it had been up for like a month straight. And based on my experience in this market, because I've been living it for 2 years, I just feel like after something goes up that much, usually it comes down. And that's just kind of the way it has been. But sometimes it keeps going up. So you just don't ever really truly know. My gut just told me that it had been up for so many days in a row. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy, Rich. And I sold, right? But I should have bought Ianthus this morning. And that was the one that I wanted. I wanted Ianthus, right? So GGB, and I didn't pull the trigger because I just had a feeling everything was going to be down. And everything was down. But Ianthus has been going up, even though everything is down. So GGB, we see it at $5.66. So obviously, Aphria is pretty much trying to diminish this bid and we're going to get into it more, but you can see GGB has just been climbing consistently. It's been doing very, very well. It's channeling up. So it's had some resistance here around $5-6, probably because Aphria knows that if they get to $7, they get close to that bid price, and they probably, the people involved with Aphria, anyone involved with Aphria, probably don't want that to happen. So they're making sure that they don't have that happen by either shorting the stock or making sure that Aphria goes up. And that's why you see Aphria going up right now, right? Like they want to make sure that that deal doesn't make any sense. And the way you make sure that the deal doesn't make any sense is by having the price go really high up so that that offer doesn't make any sense to the investors. Why would they sell for a lower price, right? So this is what's happening. Like this is a war, right? You have to understand this is a war. This company is under attack by Green Growth Brands, which is, they call it here the hostile bid. It's not a good thing. Based on the 20-day volume weighted average price of GGB shares immediately before GGB's announcement of an intention to acquire the common shares of the company, the hostile bid reflects a 23% discount to the company's share price over the same period. The board made its recommendation that careful consideration and receipt of the recommendation of a committee of its independent directors, the independent committee, who were advised by financial and legal advisors. The board unanimously recommends that Aphria shareholders reject, and in big letters, the word reject, the hostile bid and do not tender their shares. To reject the hostile bid, simply take no action. In the board's view, the hostile bid significantly undervalues Aphria's relative to its current and future worth, offering Aphria shareholders a substantial discount to its current and future value, as opposed to a premium observed in other transactions in the cannabis sector involving Canadian licensed producers. That's a big shot right there. That's a big shot right there. That's a big hit. You see that? Would have negative repercussions, including delisting from the TSX and New York Stock Exchange and a potential reduction in interest from strategic partners that could destroy value for Aphria shareholders. Whew. With minimal offsetting operational, financial, or strategic benefits. Would result in Aphria shareholders effectively giving GGB shareholders a 36% interest in Aphria in exchange for shares in a company with limited operations or other experience in the cannabis industry. Wow, that's a big shot. These are good points here. Would not account for Aphria's bright outlook, either as an independent company or in partnership with a strategic partner, which offers Aphria shareholders substantial value creation. So these are some big statements. The Aphria Board of Directors unanimously believes that GGB's hostile offer is significantly undervalued and inadequate, and not in the interest of Aphria shareholders on multiple grounds, said Irwin D. Simon, Aphria's independent board chair. Regardless of their brazen attempts to suggest otherwise, GGB is asking Aphria shareholders to accept a substantial discount on their shares, as well as delisting from both the TSX and New York Stock Exchange. Now, I want to make sure everyone understands something. When this deal happened and was happening, Aphria was trading at a much lower price. So Aphria was trading at around this level, and Green Growth Brand's price was climbing. So it made more sense at the time. Because Aphria's price has exploded, which is what actually I have to give some credit to my friend Andrew Left for predicting that it would go up. He did say that it was going to go up past $10. So he was correct. So I have to give you credit, Andrew Left. You did predict this. And I think it was predictable, especially under the conditions, because they had a lot of pressure under them to make sure that this deal didn't make sense, because their shareholders would be able to contact Green Growth Brands and move forward with wanting to do this deal. And if they had enough approval from shareholders, they would have actually had this deal be consummated. So this is obviously another attempt by Aphria to address the shareholders and make sure that they understand that this is a bad deal for their shareholders. which actually, based on the price right now, I would actually agree. And I believe Green Growth Brands would agree as well. That's why they've been interviewed and they've already said that they'd be willing to increase their offer. But I believe, based on what's happened right now, I don't believe this deal is going to go through. I believe that this is at a point now, especially if the price stays where it is or goes higher, I don't believe that this deal will be consummated. The Aphria board of directors unanimously believes Green Growth Brand's hostile offer is significantly undervalued and inadequate and not in the interest of Aphria shareholders on multiple grounds, said Erwin D. Simon, Aphria's independent board chair. Regardless of their brazen attempts to suggest otherwise, Green Growth Brands is asking Aphria shareholders to accept a substantial discount on their shares, as well as delisting from both the TSX and New York Stock Exchange, resulting in a vast dilution of their ownership in Aphria. In return, GGB offers shares in an illiquid company with limited operating history. This is true in comparison to Aphria. These are all very good points. Minimal assets and no track record in the cannabis industry. Wow. GGB clearly timed their offer to exploit recent lows for Aphria and cannabis stocks overall, with the goal of transferring value to the insiders who control GGB at the expense of Aphria shareholders. Woo! Wow. That's like a right-left combo right there. So I was giving a lot of credit to GGB for this attempt, and I still give them credit for this attempt. And what they're saying is true. They were taking advantage of Aphria when the entire industry was down and Aphria was down. But isn't that smart business? That's smart business. And if Aphria was not able to get the price back up, who knows what would have happened? So what both companies are saying is true, but I don't think you should, diminish what GGB is trying to do here. GGB is trying to take over this game, and that's good, right? But this is Aphria fighting back, and this is good what Aphria is doing, and how they're fighting back, and how they've had management changes, and how they have other people responding and fighting back now. I like what they're doing here. This is going to be very good for Aphria moving forward. This news here. I believe Aphria is, yeah, maybe it's retracting today. Everything is, but I believe this is a good way to fight back. This is a strong response, in my opinion. I'd like to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is a strong response by Aphria? I believe that it is. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with Green Growth Brands. I still think Green Growth Brands is going to be a really good company, but obviously they were trying to acquire a pillar, right? And to be quite honest with you, the only reason why they tried to acquire a pillar was because this pillar wasn't fighting back. Now they have new management, as you can see here. Erwin D. Simon is the person who is fighting back. Today, Aphria is a better position than ever to create long-term value for our shareholders. Following a positive second quarter and continued progress expanding our production capacity and global footprint, over the past 5 years, we have built a strong foundation for a leading global cannabis company in cultivation, manufacturing, research, and distribution infrastructure, as well as foregoing strategic investments and alliances to efficiently scale around the world. This is Erwin D. Simon, Aphria's independent board chair. By virtue of our strong platform and competitive advantages, Aphria has multiple near-term opportunities to profitably grow and create substantial value for its shareholders. These include expanding production and automation to secure long-term cost and scale advantages, expanding in the global medical use market in Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean, acquisition of increased market share in the Canadian adult use market, and developing new products for the cannabis, health, and wellness sector. A hostile takeover by GGB ignores the bright outlook, which is another reason why the Aphria board strongly urges shareholders to reject the bid. My question is, why did Aphria, excuse me, I'm getting kind of choked talking about it. Why did Aphria put themselves in this situation? Why do you have to sit there and tell your shareholders to reject the bid? Why did you put yourself in this situation, guys? If you guys are such a powerhouse, why did you put yourself in this situation? It's the question I have to ask you guys. Because you guys are a giant. And I like the way you're fighting back. But how did you put yourself in a situation where you don't control the company? Ask yourself that. You know, you guys should consider buying the shares back and buying your ownership back. If you guys need any help, contact your boy Rich at richtvlive@gmail.com and we can help you through this. Um, you know, as a strategic consultant that has a lot of experience in structuring companies, I can assure you that there's a way to fix this, and it's really not that hard. So I'm kind of shocked that you guys haven't already. A copy of the director's circular, which sets forth in greater detail the board's recommendation and the reasons therefor, is being mailed to all Aphria shareholders and is available on Aphria's website, CEDAR, and EDGAR. These reasons include, but are not limited to, the following. GGB is offering Aphria shareholders a 23% discount on their investment in Aphria. Obviously, clearly, that makes no sense. Relative to Aphria's volume rated average share price over the 20 days prior to GGB's initial public proposal and based on the price of GGB shares over the same period, based on the closing price of $5.87 per GGB share on the CSE on February 4, 2019. The implied consideration under the hostile bid would be $9.22 per share Aphria share, a 35% discount to Aphria's closing price on the TSX of $14.21 per share on the same day. This is a sharp contrast to the median 46% premium in which Takeover transactions won, involving other Canadian licensed cannabis producers. The timing of GGB's hostile bid is highly opportunistic, timed to exploit uncertainty about the special committee process and recent executive changes to preempt Aphria's ability to generate material free cash flow once operations are fully licensed and operating at capacity, and to deny Aphria shareholders the opportunity to fully realize the value of its recent international expansion. You know, this is a very scary situation for Aphria. I'm telling you, this is a very scary situation for Aphria. Do you guys understand what they're doing here? Like, I don't know if you guys are reading between the lines, but the more I read of this, the more scary this looks. This is pretty intense. Like, I don't know if you guys are reading between the lines here, but this is extremely intense. Very intense. Wow. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. A combination of GGB and Aphria would have negative repercussions, including delisting from the TSX and New York Stock Exchange, that could destroy value for Aphria shareholders with minimal offset. Since certain investors may be unable or unwilling to hold shares in a CSE listed company or shares in a company with limited operations, GGB's ownership of the combined company would be vastly out of proportion, and their contribution to it, by any relevant measure of value, including revenue, production infrastructure or volumes, assets, relevant expertise, and licenses. These are all very good points that I hope everybody's listening to. There are no material synergies that can be realized by combining GGB and Aphria, given the minimal geographic and operating overlap. GGB's nascent U.S. retail concept and management team, with limited expertise in cannabis or knowledge of regulated industries, would contribute little to Aphria's established Canadian and international medical and adult use cannabis operations. This is a very aggressive response. In addition, U.S. federal law would preclude Aphria from shipping its product, including raw materials or ingredients, to the U.S. Wow. This is this is a very aggressive response. They're pretty much saying that they are operating illegally in America, which would affect Aphria's ability to do business. Like, this is a pretty aggressive response. I hope everybody understands. So this is Aphria taking green growth brands offer very serious. Aphria shareholders would be exposed to significant downside risk by accepting GGB shares at their current price versus the historical 270 to 350 trading range prior to the date of the confidential proposal to Aphria. Aphria shareholders should also consider the significant increase in volume leading up to the formal including for the benefit of GGB insiders, if the backstop commitment detailed in the bid is required. Wow. Aphria's bright outlook, either as an independent company or in partnership with a strategic partner, offers Aphria shareholders substantial potential value creation. Over the past 5 years, Aphria has built a strong foundation for a leading global cannabis company in cultivation, manufacturing, research, and distribution infrastructure, and has invested in key strategic partnerships and alliances to efficiently scale around the world. Aphria is successfully executing on its strategic plan. Recent milestones include strong quarter-over-quarter growth, as reflected in the most recent quarter's results, and the completion of Phase 4 and Phase 5 expansions of Aphria 1 and completed retrofit of Aphria Diamond, both of which have currently pending applications before Health Canada, which will increase Aphria's production capacity to 255,000 kilograms per year. Aphria has multiple operations to create substantial near-term value as an independent company, including by expanding in the medical use market in Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean, gaining market share in the adult use market in Canada, pursuing options in the US once adult and or medical use cannabis is federally legalized, and developing products for the cannabis health and wellness sector. Shareholders are also encouraged to visit afriafuture.ca for additional reasons why the hostile bid should be rejected. They've even created a website. Unbelievable. Check this out. This is pretty intense. They're taking this very serious. I want everybody to really understand that this is a very serious hostile takeover, okay? And Aphria is taking it very serious. The board has received a written, wow. The board has received a written opinion from its financial advisor, Scotiabank, to effect that as of February 5th, 2019, yesterday, and based on and subject to the assumptions, limitations, and qualifications contained therein, the consideration offered under the hostile bid for the common shares is inadequate from a financial point of view to Aphria shareholders other than GGB and its affiliates. For the principal reasons outlined above, the board has unanimously determined that the hostile bid is inadequate and significantly undervalues the common shares and is not in the best interest of Aphria shareholders, or its other stakeholders. This is big. To reject the hostile bid, simply take no action. If you have already tendered your common shares to the hostile bid, you can withdraw your common shares by contacting your broker at Lauren Hill Advisory Group, Aphria Shareholder Communications Advisor and Information Agent at 1-877-425-7184, toll free for shareholders in North America, or 1-416-304-0211. Collect call for Aphria shareholders outside North America, or via email at assistance@laurelhill.com. Advisors. Legal advisors to Aphria's board and independent committee is Faskin Martineau Dumoulin LLP, and Scotiabank has been retained as financial advisor. Gagnier Communications is serving as strategic communications advisor, and Lauren Hill is acting as Aphria shareholder communications advisor and informal agent. What do you guys think about this news? If you like this, please smash the like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere. What do you think about this news? Aphria is fighting back. They are rejecting this offer aggressively. About Aphria. Aphria is a leading global cannabis company driven by an unrelenting commitment to our people, product quality, and innovation. Headquartered in Leamington, Ontario, the greenhouse capital of Canada, Aphria has been setting the standard for the low-cost production of safe, clean, and pure pharmaceutical-grade cannabis at scale, grown in the most natural conditions possible, focusing on untapped opportunities and backed by the latest technologies. Aphria is committed to bringing breakthrough innovation to the global cannabis market. The company's portfolio of brands is grounded in expertly researched consumer insights designed to meet the needs of every consumer segment. Rooted in our founders' multi generational expertise in commercial agriculture, Aphria drives sustainable long term shareholders' value through a diversified approach in innovation, strategic partnership, and global expansion, with a presence in more than 10 countries across 5 continents. And you can go to aphria.ca, just click right there and learn more about the company. So, what do you guys think? They are fighting back. And I love this company. They're one of my top picks for January and February 2019. And there it is, aphria.ca. Look at this right on the front page. If you're an investor looking for information about the recent offer from Green Growth Brands, please follow the link below to learn more. Visit aphriafuture.ca. This is intense, man. Like, it's right on their homepage. Wow. So you guys think that Aphria is going to explode? Yeah, well, especially if they get a billion-dollar partner like Kronos Group has now and Canopy Growth has. Reject GGB's hostile bid. This is the website. Interesting. GGB's undervalued and inadequate bid. No action was required to reject the hostile bid. These are all the reasons. It's so crazy. So yeah, this is like a war. I told you guys we're at war, man. I told you guys we're at war. So, all right, guys, thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to break this down for you guys. The markets are red today. Might be a buying opportunity. Ianthus is up today as predicted. I did predict it, and it is up. And thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. Without you guys, none of this is possible. Please, guys, smash the like button if you like this video. And remember, Rich TV Live is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. Always do your due diligence. Always do your research before you invest in anything that we talk about here in Rich TV Live. If you're not winning, you're probably not watching. We bring you the winners and we bring you them first. You can see that all the sectors are red. So everything is red across the board today pretty much. But this could be a buying opportunity. We will be watching carefully. Will this continue to go down? I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to rush anything. I'm just going to take it easy. And let's see if we bounce back tomorrow or if we have some more red. My gut is telling me we may see, a little bit of red because we've seen a month of green. So that's just what my gut is saying. I'd like to know what you guys think. What do you think? What do you think about this news? I don't think this deal gets done now. I was very bullish on the deal getting done because I didn't see Aphria fighting back. Aphria now has made changes in their management. They are fighting back. I do not think this deal gets done now based on the way they're fighting back. I like the way they're fighting back. It's the right way to fight back. I also like Green Growth Brands. I still think Green Growth Brands is a really strong company, and this gives them a lot of exposure. But obviously, Aphria is a monster. They're a giant. So they had to fight back, and they are now. So this is good. This is good for Aphria. And hey, man, let's see how low Aphria is going to go. It's a good company, and anytime it's red, it's a good opportunity for us to make some money, right? So, all right, guys, like I said, this is your boy Rich. If you're not winning, you're not watching. There's a lot that is down today, and we'll just quickly look at it. And let's just quickly look at it. And we can go here, investing.com. Kronos Group is down 8% today. They've been on fire. Like, just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous what they've been doing. It's crazy. Look at this. Like, unbelievable. Like, I remember talking about the stock when it was at $1, and now it's at 32 bucks. Like, really? Really? Like, this is nutty. Like, it wasn't that long ago that it was at $1. 2 years ago when I started talking about them, they were at $1. Right here. January 2017. I started doing videos about them. $1.35. Wow. and it hit $32 yesterday. Gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna mark this right there. Wow. This one has just been a giant, an absolute giant. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. A giant. That's why I've been saying, guys, just don't panic. There's no need to panic. There's no need to panic. There's no need to panic. The markets are a war zone, people. We have to be snipers, ninjas, buy in the red, and then when it goes green, sell in the green. Have no emotion. Have no emotion. And don't panic. Okay? Don't panic. Round and round we go. Because like over the long haul, if you buy the bottoms and you sell the tops, you can make a killing. All right. It's your boy. Out. Peace. Bring in the news. We bring it to you first. We break it down. It's true.